Guadalupe, November 5th, 2011. I woke up abruptly. My pulse was accelerated, I was breathing heavily, and I could feel the sweat on my forehead. In a certain way, I was nervous and couldn't explain why. I looked at the moldy cracked ceiling, trying to calm myself down. I tried to remember why I was dreaming just moments ago, but nothing comes to my mind. I rub my face with both hands and then look at the clock at the top of my dresser. I had woken up some minutes before the alarm rang. Immediately, I got up and turned it off. Like every morning, I took a shower and then went to the kitchen to make my breakfast, a simple cup of coffee. Once I'm there, I read the note that I left at the freezer. Yesterday, bought food and bicycle spare parts. Today, pick up clothes at dry cleaner. I turned and sat down by the window, drinking occasionally from my steaming cup of coffee. I wait for them to pass. On every day and at the same hour, since some months ago, she passes with her husband. They always have looked so happy and deeply in love. They argued, yes, but a simple hug or a soft kiss could fix everything. That's the way every relationship should be, based on understanding and loyalty. Why couldn't you understand that, Irene? God, I hated that woman. I had dropped the cup of coffee and it crashed on the floor inevitably. I picked up the pieces and once again sat down to wait for the couple. Never showed up. There had been occasions on which they weren't together. Maybe one got sick or maybe the other was late. However, today was the exception. None of them showed up. What could have possibly happened? I went to the front door. I picked up the newspaper. I sat on my chair and began to read the headlines without much interest, until a small note caught my attention. Woman had been discovered dead at Baker Street. I read frowning, but when I saw the picture that was on the side, I felt a chill run down my back. It was her, that woman that had been passing with her husband every day. Who would want to kill that woman? Why? I read again the report, this time taking notes of each helpful detail I could find. The door was closed. I did not show any sign of being forced. Most likely is that the killer had entered by the window. The apartment is at the third floor, so he must have had great force on his arms and be very athletic to climb. Probably a man. My deductions went on for several days. Marylebone, November 7th, 2011. This case was tormenting me. I haven't stopped analyzing it again and again. The body was in a really bad state. It presented a huge quantity of bruises all over the face. He must have been tall because of the old angle of the wounds. He had to be connected with her in a certain way. Could it be the husband? The police didn't find any evidence. He's meticulous. He planned this carefully. During the following days, I barely got out of the house. Checking the newspaper was becoming an essential part of my daily routine. Marylebone, November 11, 2011. I have spent over a week investigating. My psychological analysis of the killer was almost complete. However, the information worried me. It's really curious. It matches perfectly with me. Then it came to my mind. I was really tired. It was getting dark and cold, so I hurried up. There were only a few blocks to get home, but I froze when I saw her. She was not alone. It wasn't her husband. No, she was kissing another man. I saw again the picture of Irene in my mind. I felt the anger on my veins. I turned abruptly. I ran the rest of the way. What happened later was all blurry. My hands couldn't even move, and I felt a drop of sweat in spite of the cold. The brute call of the door took me out of my thoughts.